Good evening, and welcome to Rock Truth with the Youth. I am one of your beautiful hosts, Tamois, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. Rock Truth is founded on He who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. Rock Truth is a cross-cultural response to the economic climate and social crisis of today. Rock Truth is designed to serve the physical need of fallen man while serving the spiritual need he did not know he had that impacts, affects, and infects generationally. Rock Truth seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local kings and queens of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong. All right, I'm going to bring in the ladies. Hey, ladies.
Hey, how are you?
Ladies.
Hey, ladies, how are we?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, blessings
Yes.
and abundance, queens.
First
How was
Monday
your
of
New
the
Year? Yes,
First
it
of the
really
year.
is the first Monday of the year. It
First
is.
Monday.
Besides the conference, we didn't do anything. I'm like kind of like
Yeah.
prepared for that like all day. And Lord have mercy, I'm still recovering. I would have took a nap today. I would have just napped it all day.
Yeah.
Like seriously. What did you guys do?
I was in the house with my siblings. Y'all know how I feel
Okay.
about my siblings. I just be with
Right,
them.
right.
But that was it.
Well, I
That's what's up.
I had a nice little vacation. I went to visit my brother that lives in Texas. So
Okay.
I left on Thursday morning and I got back yesterday. So
Okay.
Okay.
my sister was
Did you drive or did
No,
you
I flew.
did you drive? Okay. How was that? How was the experience in flying?
It was fine. I mean, I would say the only thing is that the mask. You know, like
Uh-huh.
I am in a place where I'm blessed to be able to be working from home, so I don't have
Yeah.
to be out unless I'm going to the
And
grocery
deal
store
with
or something
it.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not really used to wearing a mask on a consistent time frame, so to be at the airport and take the plane ride, I mean, it really wasn't too much of a difference. I mean, I was
Yeah.
with my husband, but they're lying. The airports are lying when they say they're not doing the middle seats. They're doing the middle seats.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Oh
it was a packed flight.
wow.
It was a packed flight. And the
What?
crazy thing is, I got the email, and the email was like, "Hey, if you want to change your flight, the middle seats are being taken." And it was like some whole mumbo jumbo. And I'm just like, you know how many seats you're supposed to sell with the middle seats?
Right.
So
Right.
it's no we overbook. You can't overbook when you only sell a certain amount of seats.
Right. Come on the
Exactly.
teeth, sis.
When I
Wow.
tell you every seat was booked.
Wow.
It wasn't an empty seat.
Isn't
They
that
tell you on it,
something?
oh guys, we have a packed house. And I'm over here like, so I thought y'all was not flying middle seats though.
Right. And that's the only thing. Like I want to travel and stuff again.
That's
That's
the
my
only
only
thing.
issue
Yeah. I mean,
is
but I
dealing
kept
with
my
having to
bag.
deal.
I got my wife's. I kept my sanitizer together. You know, I
Yeah.
wasn't like
If they get the
snacking on
right
the
person,
plane,
they could sue.
but I don't because I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't
you
care too
right.
much. You know.
If they get the right person,
Yeah.
they gonna sue.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm almost positive. I'm
Yeah,
almost
I would.
positive.
I
Because they
would.
playing that
Said I
game.
would.
When I saw that email, I was like, stop playing. Y'all know.
Ah.
Y'all already knew. But I mean, overall, the experience wasn't bad. But honestly, like, I think that just gives an example of people go back and forth about the whole, is the world going to be open in another year? I feel like we're going
Yeah.
to be back to normal in another year just because
Yeah.
they're already doing things. If you go to the grocery store now, they're not wiping the carts down like they was doing it first.
They
No,
not.
they're not. No,
They
they're not,
not.
sis.
They're
Come
not
on and
checking
teach.
temperatures at the door.
Come on. No,
They
they
not.
not. No, they not.
But
No, they
y'all
not.
say, y'all ain't open the world back. It's already open. You know,
It
the only
don't make
thing
right. It
we're
makes no
all
sense.
doing
Exactly.
is wearing a mask, and I don't think that's not the only thing. Is how you contract.
Come on, sis. Now come
So,
on. If y'all
so in my eyes, I think
even
y'all
if
know
you
what
wear the
y'all
wrong
doing.
one.
Y'all just using Corona. You use Corona when you want to use it for your advantage. You know, like.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know what you're doing. So I personally, I mean, I think it's always a chance when you take those flights, and people. I done seen some people. Now, I'm not going out the country, but I've seen some people go out the country, and I'm like, like, I don't know if I want to do that yet because I don't want to be stuck in another country.
Yeah.
You're in the United States. You're in the United States. You can just get on. If the plane don't work, you can find a way home. Get on the bus, the train.
Right.
There is a way.
Yeah.
There is a way.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me, but
When
I
you
did
crossing
enjoy
the
myself.
sea. Yeah,
I
I
did
get
enjoy
it.
myself.
That's
We had a
good.
old
That's
time.
good. That's my only
Had such a
thing is
good
just
time. I
traveling.
wasn't even ready for e-learning today. I woke up late. I told the kids, it was my fault. I said, tell them I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Okay,
The kids was like, I woke up like, oh shoot, I didn't set my alarm. It was like 8:30. Kids supposed to be in school
And
at 8.
that's another thing. Back at school, all of these things is back in place. I'm with you. It's just I'm tired of being in this limbo. Yes, I'm really tired of being in limbo. I want to know,
Yeah.
what we doing? Can we go somewhere? Can we not? I think in New Zealand when they celebrated the New Year, they are, I guess, no cases, 0 cases have been there. They have no mask on. They were all together in public places. Yes, and I'm like, now how is that possible? That's possible.
They don't bring nobody in this country. Nobody
Listen, that's probably so. Can't nobody leave. Can't nobody go. That's probably what they did. They just shut it completely down.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You know what? That's what's wrong with Americans.
Exactly. It is.
Americans, we
very hard-headed.
You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. You know it. We're rebellious.
I have the right to not wear a mask if I don't want to.
Listen.
You can't tell anything. So it's like, I'm gonna do what I want.
Rebellious. Mad rebellious.
No biggie. This is what I feel like. You can't, and I have the rights. I'm an American.
Right. They like using that word right.
The good and bad of being American is that you cannot make people stop. You can't make people do certain things. You just gotta let people just be reckless.
That's it. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Reckless.
That's it. You can't let them be nothing else.
And now we have to deal with it.
This don't mess up.
Huh?
I said, I'm hoping this doesn't mess up.
But yeah, so.
Yes. But other than that, I'm ready to get back into the world and traveling and the way that things were before. Yeah, me too.
I'm ready.
Me too. I've had enough
things. Just tell me something new that we're gonna go back to the old. Look.
Come on. I've had enough.
Yeah, let's go back to the old.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
It's 21.
Me too.
But I am excited.
Am I on a delay?
Has to.
You are, but it's okay.
We can hear you.
That's why you can't.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're on a little bit of
a delay, but what you're saying,
okay,
kind of like
it's
looking
adding up.
Yeah.
Okay,
but what you talking is not on a delay, so we working with it.
Okay, cool. Because I'm thinking okay, wait, don't talk. Stop. Do I talk? Am I talking over? Can they hear me? Okay,
we can hear you perfectly, and now we can see you perfectly. Now everything is on balance.
Right. Same technical difficulties from 2020 with what is it? 2020. We're bringing it to 21. Apparently, StreamYard ain't got it together, and that's all right. That's all right. PlayStation 5 just came out. They ain't got that completely together. So how can we expect StreamYard? So that was the hottest thing ever.
It is what it is.
Yes. Simply. But I wanted to get back out and travel and stuff. That was one of my concerns. I was wondering how, the airports and stuff were with the mask and how strict people really were or,
I feel like they're not. I feel like you just have to secure yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
But I honestly feel like it's no different just walking out the door. I guess I look at it like, you had those people who's like, oh, you're going to travel? That's crazy. But I'm like, but I'm going to the grocery store every day.
Yeah. My point. Thank you, sis.
I'm surrounded by people every day. And I mean, you have
every day.
Nothing against all of them, but Corona can come into your house even when you don't go out.
At any point in time.
You're bringing stuff in. So unless you got some barricade where you already had a whole bunch of stuff downstairs in the basement, you you grow your own food and all your products.
Okay, that's it. That's the only way.
Who is at the grocery store, even if you do home delivery, somebody who's outside is touching that stuff. You know,
That's
like
it.
so. There's always a chance. I just look at it as long as you be as safe as you can be.
Yeah.
Then that's all
you can do. That's how I feel. I feel the same way, sis. Like it's been over a year, because remember the real jump off was in November. So it's been over a year.
Yeah.
And we're all, you know, whatever they want to call herd immunity, 2019. Come on.
2019.
So tell me,
it's 2021.
It's 2021.
Yeah.
We are still here. So it can't be just that. And we ain't got the best mask. They told us our masks are really not working, but just to use it anyway. So it's like, come on, like I've had enough, child. I'm ready. Can we get back? Because all these restrictions, you know.
I mean, I respect the restrictions. I respect everything, you know. Like, but I guess it's the American in me that I said it's your choice. Look,
yeah, hey,
we get the choice. So now I'm like, it's your choice. I'm not gonna judge you whether you stay in the house or whether you go out. I mean, I'm gonna do things in the minimal. Like, obviously, I mean, me too. I went to visit my brother. We did an Airbnb. We didn't leave the Airbnb, so like it wasn't like we went out to the club and did all that. But if I get on a plane, I can't judge a person to go. I can't judge nobody, you know. Like, so it's just like, hey, you decide to do with you, and whatever the consequence is your consequence.
That's it. I don't. I'm cool. Unless I go out at a minimum. If you say I have to come in your store with a mask, I'll come in with it. Other than that, if it's not a mandate, I won't. I just believe in who the author and finisher is of life. And I'm looking around. It's been over a year, clearly. And we don't even have sufficient gear. And if we don't have the sufficient, things to protect ourselves and we still living, then it can't be that.
Yeah.
It has to be something else. So that's why I'm just like you. I respect your sign if I'm coming up in there. But other than that, as soon as I get out, this is coming off because this is kind of like what, but just make it make sense.
What's y'all thought on the vaccine?
Oh, girl.
Oh, girl. No.
You taking it or not? You taking it or not?
Take it. No. No. I'm
all right. What is that? What was that? Is that preacher? To the no. To the no. To the no. To the no. Okay, no. I saw a thing that said that the nurses, it was nurses and doctors or something. I know it said nurses, but they said that they wasn't taking it. They said that they were protesting against it or something. I'm like, wait a minute, now they don't want to take it.
Yeah.
I got a friend who's an LP and she was like, I don't want to take, because she didn't even take the flu shot. But they made her take it. They did make her take it. Yes, and she didn't want to.
Some places they do.
Wow.
So like now she in a place where she like, man, I don't really want to take this. I don't know. I have to ask her again, but I'm not sure what she ended up deciding because they over here like, if you don't take it, you won't have a job. But I'm also thinking in my head. So if you give the people who take care of the sick the shot first, and then it don't work, then who go help us out?
See, that's why I'm saying it's all backwards.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that way. How does it work?
If it messed them up, who gonna take care of us?
Come on, sis. Now you're talking surgery. Because that's what it's gonna be left to. It's gonna be Google surgeons. Surgeons.
They get on Google, and I'm gonna say, okay, well, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Real lab operations.
I'm just gonna cut your leg open and fix it real quick. Google told me.
Get that thingy that's like this, and make sure you don't touch the sides. Like
Google told me how. I mean,
Google told me how.
Google told me.
Right. Google told me. Girl, that'd be horrible. That would be horrible. Yes.
I just don't,
Yeah, I don't know.
They trying to mutate. They said they trying to mutate US and so-called black don't need that foolishness. Our immune system.
Yes.
I mean, because that is what they say. They say that when they give it to you, they're giving you the disease.
RDNA or something, yeah.
That's what I heard, because I heard that's what happens with the flu shot is that you pretty much kind of injected in you. So
it's supposed to be like anti or something.
Girl, my son's doctor. He had an issue with his throat, and we had to go down to Indianapolis And so the surgeon, I guess he comes back and he's trying to convince us at the time to take the flu shot. And I'm just like, well, can you tell us why? You know, because I'm not inquiring. It was my ex-husband inquiring. I'm just looking like, nah, I ain't getting it. But so he gonna ask questions. I'm just looking at him like, so you'll really ask? But that's okay. Go ask your question. So he's answering. He answering his questions. When I tell you, he never answered why he should get the flu shot. So when he left, I said, so did you get your question answered? He said, nope. I said, that's my whole point. So you didn't even get no answer. He just telling you, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you getting sick, but ain't no kind of. If I'm sick, I'm sick. So if I got a chance to get sick, am I sick or not? It's crazy. Crazy. Child, I don't know. My faith is just getting a little weaker in our healthcare systems.
Right. Hello?
Yeah, I don't know what they doing. Sis, I don't know what they doing. I'm so serious.
And
I don't know what they doing.
And then also the biggest thing for me is that, like, how it hasn't been tested. You know, like, that's my biggest thing.
Yes, sis. Yes.
How long did it take to get a flu shot together? And now y'all
right, but it's like
y'all doing it in eight months, and now we got a whole cure almost.
That's what I'm saying. But the FDA approved it. Like,
right? Why would you approve it? When y'all know it take years for real clinical trials.
Rushing and we gotta do it now. Move it too quick, too fast.
Come on,
and
sis.
That's gonna get all these people even more killed.
Yes, listen, and you make you wonder, like, what's the real goal? You know. So, geez,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm with you. They should. How do you approve it in such a small time? Then I'm hearing people leaving them out of the refrigerator. I mean, leaving them out how they supposed to be cooled, I guess, and they've been left out. And then they said that some was stopped where it's about to reach the expiration date. I'm like, how do you do that?
I don't know.
Yes, so it's running out of time. Some of them about to expire. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Wait,
how is that possible?
The corona shot.
The corona shot.
Yes.
Already. The ones that they had out, they were supposed to be used by a certain date.
Weekly drugs or something. See, that's another problem. Something that's going fast, spoiling like milk.
Anthony's serious about this. He said they want to kill the black people.
Anthony ain't playing. He already knows his gun.
He knows.
Even our guest is sending a message. She said Trump genocide. She said genocide. She in agreement.
Yes, because Trump was rushing the FDA. How do you rush the FDA? Like,
that's
what type of scientist are you? You're the president.
Supposedly.
You ain't no scientist?
Supposedly.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be gone.
He's on his way out the door.
Inaugural time.
He's on your way out the door. You just do it. You know, you on your way out the door.
That's what it is.
And when you didn't want to be and you didn't want to be on the way out the door, so you're just doing stuff at this point.
yeah, pretty much, girl.
He getting this his last hoorah before he leaves, so he just gonna do it. He already did what he wanted to do. So
yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh, he didn't do a thing. Well, ladies, we can go ahead and enter the next portion of our show. I'm so mad I don't have my music and stuff. I just. You know, the internet is just undefeated. It does what it wants to. We go live from wherever it decides. My Lord.
The internet said, you know what? Y'all been relying on me for a long time. I'm working too hard. The internet said, I'm tired.
Y'all been relying on me.
Y'all doing Zooms. Y'all doing all this new stuff going on. Some of y'all getting it for free. Y'all ain't right.
She said some of y'all getting it for free.
That is true. That is so
internet said to raise.
I mean, for real, somebody needs to speak for the internet because apparently we are not supporting the internet like we should. We take full advantage.
If you was the internet right now, what would you say?
I'll be used. Y'all use me. Y'all use me. Nobody talks to me. And the only time y'all care about me is when I go out. That's the only time y'all care about me. That's the only time somebody like, hey.
That's the only time you say what's wrong
with the internet.
Right.
That's the only time you check on me and be like, what's wrong with the internet?
So, Miss Katisha, you talking some real stuff. Are you talking about Christ?
But when it's doing right, you don't pay it no mind. You don't pay it no mind.
Check for Christ. I'm for real. That's how like wait a minute. Where Jesus go?
Like the internet.
You definitely right. Now that you say that, that's definitely true.
I mean, It's a great
Like you
simile.
said, when you
I
down
love
and
it.
out, that's when you be God. I
Right,
love it.
Jesus. But when the internet is on 5G plus, you like, oh, we surfing. I'm
Right.
surfing.
Exactly. When it's doing right. When it's doing right.
When it's going wrong, poor internet is over here getting
Right.
verbally abused
Hey.
every day.
Okay. Anybody seen Jesus? Did they turn it off? Did they pay the bill? They said it was paid in full. They said he paid it
Right.
off. Did they?
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm at the gates and they say that
Right. They
I
said,
can't.
Right.
everybody,
They say I
okay,
can't get
exit.
through. I can't.
My Lord. Well, ladies, let's go here and bring in our guest. I am honored to have her on. She is Miss Angela Thomas Smith. I'm going to say Thomas Smith because she uses it in everything, so I'm sure she wants us to say it. Miss Angela Thomas Smith, she is an author. She is also the founder of, let me get it right, AAA. 1, 2, 3. LAC. I had to put it together, sis. Which is the Literary Review Board. Yes, and then she has a magazine. She is a speaker. Oh my gosh, she does amazing things out here. Yes, I mean everything. Like so.
We done lost her, but it's okay.
Hi, Miss Angela.
Oh, here she go.
No, we didn't. No, we did.
Oh,
Miss Angela.
hey, how you
Oh my
doing?
gosh.
Hi.
Hi.
Can
So
y'all
how are you, sis? How are you?
We can hear you.
Good. Yeah, we can hear. We can hear you. How was your New Year's?
Yes, tell us.
It was okay. I cannot complain. I will not complain.
Hold on, y'all.
I know that's right.
Did y'all have y'all beans? Because I was asking everybody, like, y'all
Yes,
got y'all
I
beans?
did.
Y'all got y'all
I
beans?
did.
And
I
some
did.
people like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, y'all tripping.
You gotta have beans.
Because we got
You
our
gotta have the beans and the green.
stove and
Yes.
the greens with the cornbread.
Yes. That beans and cornbread was on. Yes, I'm
just
telling
making
you.
sure all the ladies on here was doing right. Because
Yes,
some
man,
people
we
out
was.
here doing wrong.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We was orderly, queen. We were orderly. Beans and cornbread. Yes, ma'am. Got to have those.
I'm sorry. I had to.
The greens. Definitely had to come
Yes. Yes.
Trying to get the money. Trying to get the money.
Right.
Amen. I know that's right.
Okay. Well, Miss Angela, tell us all about yourself. Tell us where you're from and everything that you do, because you have a lot of hats that you wear. And it's not just local ones. You are actually, virtually everywhere. So tell us more about yourself and where you're from and all that jazz.
So I am originally from Anderson, South Carolina. I live most of my adult life in Atlanta. I currently reside in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I am the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, where I truly believe in bringing awareness to Brown authors all over this world. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where I desire to bridge the gap between Brown authors and to touch on topics that's affecting our Brown community, domestic violence, suicide, mental illness, various things that it's affected our Brown community that nobody want to talk about. So that's what I do. I started doing all this because of my babies, the kids in Anderson, South Carolina. I wanted to make a difference in their lives because education, we rank number 50 in education, and we're number 1 in domestic violence.
Come on, wow, sis, that is whoa. That is a mouthful. That's a mouthful to say.
And being that I am a domestic violence survivor, those were 2 things that were at the top of my list. I wanted to work with the kids, and I also wanted to speak out on domestic violence. I'm a 6-year survivor of being shot point blank range with a shotgun. So I definitely
My Lord.
So
Lord.
I'm honored to be here. I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be on your platform. And I was just sitting back here listening to the conversation. It's just going to take a lot of prayer. We just got to be prayerful and stay before God. Because, I just don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people saying in the next 2 weeks that, once Trump leave office and Biden and Camilla take office, they said we're going to go on a full shutdown.
Oh, okay.
United States is going to go on a full shutdown, so they say.
Wow.
So we don't know.
I need to see this. I mean, I need to see it all. I need to see everything. I mean, because I
they're
mean,
just experimenting right
to
now.
be just the land
Yeah,
of the free,
yeah,
home of the
yeah.
brave, like it, it's just something's not right. Other countries,
Yeah,
they shutting down. They doing
yeah,
But
they
see what they
citizens
fail to
right.
realize, they not properly even giving us the right information. You know,
Exactly.
yeah,
they
Exactly.
they tell us what they want to tell us, and
yeah,
they don't tell us how many cases of flu that people are dying from every year. But
right. No,
the cases
right.
are, if you look at the cases compared to the amount of people that we've lost to COVID, they
Yeah.
made a big deal out of it when the flu cases are just the same, if not higher.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
I saw a thing. It said like it was like 14. It was 14 million people had contracted the disease or whatever. I couldn't remember if that was just the United States or that was worldwide. Then they said 28. Wait, 14 million. So then it's 280,000 people or something like that died from it. So then I went back and I'm like, wait a minute, let me look at that. Because when you're looking at that just hands on, somebody automatically think half the people died. No, it's not. It was actually, I think it was like 2%. So for every, it was like 2% of the people was dying. It wasn't even half the people. So the numbers, if you're not putting it in from a percentage perspective, you'll think that half the people died from COVID when it's actually 2% of the people who contracted are dying. So they're not giving us the right information.
Yeah.
And they've been doing this. This is something they've been doing for years. They've
Yeah.
been lying to us for years, and
Yeah.
you go back to genocide and what they're trying to do. They are trying to rid the population. And if you look at the people that are living here, you look at the populations and the people that they're targeting with the drugs. After they do the first responders, then
supposedly,
then who's next? Our elders.
Us, girl. You know,
our
elders. I thought they was already first. I thought the elderly was first. So I know what we are.
We're on down.
We're coming up.
We're on down. They got us on down because they trying to read the elderly, but Black people are gonna be at the top of the list.
Here they
and
come.
then the other races are gonna be below us. But that's just what they're doing. But see, this has been going on for years, and I don't know if y'all are familiar, but if about 5 or 6 years ago, in Covington, Georgia, around Covington, Eatonton, Georgia, they discovered these liners. They said they were the CDC say they were coffin liners, but I don't know a coffin that holds 3 people. And they are extremely large. They were stacked up about 25 high, and there was thousands of rows of them. And there were WSPA was investigating. A couple of stations around the Atlanta area were investigating. All of a sudden now these videos are popping back up, and people are starting to say, well,
wow,
what happened to all those containers that were out there? And every so often when I lived in Atlanta, you would see Army vehicles and just different types of vehicles going to that area where all these things were.
Right.
Now you're thinking, you listen and you hear them talk about how all these bodies were laying around and how they were renting U-Hauls with coolers to stuff bodies in and all that.
God.
So yeah,
that's crazy. It's just getting crazy.
It's a lot.
It is.
There's a lot of stuff that we don't know publicly. If you don't
come
have
on and teach,
no,
you don't know a lot of this stuff. I mean, I'm on a couple of networks, so I know a couple of people that really are in the journalism field, and they this is what they do. And one of them, she really into it, so she speak out about it. So she has a very controversial show right now.
Wow.
She's speaking out on a lot of stuff that's taking place in the brown community, because it's just like, if you look at it, you think about the Tuskegee experiment.
And
how they got us to participate.
Teach.
They used our nurses to convince us to take this, because they're saying, okay, they're getting it from somebody like us. So
Exactly.
that's how they got them to do that. So now,
Yep.
you know, I have my niece, she's a traveling nurse. So she had to take it. You know, she didn't want to take it, but she had to take it. So she
Right.
took it. Because she wanted her job.
Right.
And my
Wow.
nephew, he's a EMT, so he had to take it. So again, people that will I be taking it? No. I don't care if if they tell me I can't fly, I can't do nothing,
Yeah.
I can't do nothing, I will stay home. If
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the case,
prepared.
I'll just stay home
Yeah.
because I'm not taking it. I go out. I go out when I want to go out. I don't go out
Mm-hmm.
often, but when I need to go get something, when I need to do something, you know, I stand on the word of God,
Yep.
and I truly believe in the word of God, but I still practice precautions. I wear my
Right.
I
Right.
wear my mask. I wash my
Regardless,
hands. I do
Corona or
whatever.
not, I'm still like,
You know,
okay, can you,
you know everybody talking
you
about
know,
washing your hands and
right.
sanitize. You should have been doing that from the beginning.
Right.
Listen,
Exactly.
that's my whole point. I'm like, the main people that was snatching up all the sanitizer and bleach and all that stuff, they ain't even that clean. They don't even clean their house like that.
Exactly.
Like, if you know what I
They not
know
even
inside of these
using it,
homes,
y'all. They
girl,
literally got it in their
They
garage
come
got it.
on,
It's
That's
still, it's
sis,
because
for
they
come
don't want
on.
citizens.
us
Yeah.
to have it. The ones that's gonna
Yes,
use it. And
that
y'all know
use it.
they've been like that
My
Literally,
Lord.
when that stuff
for
happened, I literally was
centuries.
like, "Well, let me go get some because I actually need this stuff. Like, so
Right.
let me go get it before it's gone. Like, I got me to a point where I had to hoard some tissue because I'm like, if I see it on the shelf, I'm just buy it because I don't know if somebody gonna take it.
I'm talking about you.
I had this
You
discussion with
know,
my husband
fighting over tissue and
soon as
going
everything happened. I
I
was
crazy.
like,
heard,
but
I'm
what?
like, wow, what they gonna do with the tissue? They gonna eat it? What I mean, you
girl.
getting all that
They,
tissue like that? What
I
you
don't
gonna do with
Mm-mm.
it?
know. They
They
cutting
gonna
it up
just
and putting
carve
it
it
in
up?
corners or something
I
of
don't know
their
what they
house.
gonna do with it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get it either. I don't
But
get
you
it
can't
either.
eat it. It don't digest.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. And it could get stale. They know that, right? It could get a little stale if you don't use it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
See, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
you brought up that there were a few issues in the African American community that you guys, wanted to particularly target. Is it one that for you is that you would determine as a root cause issue of concern that needs to be voiced?
Mental illness is one of our major concerns because mental illness leads to a lot of things. I don't know how familiar you are with my magazine, but we have ties to Africa. My editor, she actually never left Africa. She is a resident, always been there, and mental illness to them is a different light. It's not, even though we have a lot of mental illness here, they're treated totally different. They're treated like prisoners. If you suffer from mental illness in Africa, you're probably going to be homeless on the streets, um, or you're going to be in prison.
Mm.
That's just how they do. And that is a major
Wow.
issue in Africa as well as here. You know, I tell people, you think that because this is the 21st century that a lot of things have evolved when it has not. Instead of progressing,
Right.
we've regressed. And a lot of the things that you think that absolutely means nothing to us, or we pay no mind to people
Right.
in
Right.
Africa, it affects them 10 times more. You know,
Mm.
you would think that with all the money and all the resources that have been sent to Africa, that things should be looking a lot better, and
Yeah.
especially with this day and time. But I often wonder, is it the government that's hindering their people? And I oftentimes question, is it the same lineage that's over there that's running the
Mm.
government, that it's the reason why a lot of African Americans are here
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
America? Because I'm not gonna say that we all come from Africa, because we don't, and it's been proven
Right.
that all
Right.
don't
Teach,
come
sis.
from
Teach.
from Africa. But the ones that they did bring over here, I'm wondering, is that the lineage that's running the
Teach,
country now?
sis.
Because that
Teach.
country, Africa, a lot of the countries in Africa are that continent is totally lost. You would think that it would be developed in the UN. Why are they sitting by and allowing things like this to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Are they allowing it because it's us, and that's all they see,
Yeah.
and it's us
Right.
doing it to us, and they're not stepping in and
Mhm.
doing something about it. Because I have, oh my God, this hit me like the beginning of November, I think. I got nominated for a magazine. A guy nominated me for a magazine. He owns a magazine and nominated me for something in the magazine. And a lady from India, she contacted me and wanted to do an interview. Well, when they interviewed me, they pulled me into a Zoom the next day for something that they were having. And lo and behold, I get pulled into a Zoom and they're talking about SARS and all the stuff that's going on with
Yeah.
SARS. I heard about SARS, but wasn't really
Uh-huh.
familiar with it. But then I got a chance to be really up close and personal with it.
Okay.
Talking to people that were right there in the midst of all this going on, videotaping people getting shot and killed, people running from the police trying to hide so they wouldn't get killed, people standing there. I mean, they
What?
were literally on lockdown. They were locking themselves in their own homes so that they could protect themselves so that they wouldn't get killed. Yeah, this was literally going on in the
Wow.
21st century. I was getting videos. Like, I
Wow.
got videos in my inboxes. I was getting
Yeah.
inboxes from people, and then people were like, "Well, don't get so consumed with them because this is not your problem." Okay, don't get consumed. I can't sit by,
Right.
turn,
Right.
turn a deaf
It ain't your
ear
problem today.
to
It could be a problem tomorrow.
Exactly.
Gosh.
but they're
Oh,
humans. I don't care if they're not my
yeah.
problem. They're humans, and
Jeez,
and and,
that's why they
and
are a problem.
I care about humans. I can't
Yes.
sit and talk this talk on this platform. And am I you just thinking I'm just talking it to Americans? I'm
Right.
talking it to everybody because everybody got a purpose.
Yeah.
God didn't say I'm dropping you in Africa, I'm dropping you in America, I'm dropping you here. He just said he had a plan for us.
That's it.
Where we ended up, we
Yeah.
ended up.
Yeah. Still got a
But
plan.
because we ended up there does not mean that I don't have to care for my
Teach.
neighbor.
Teach.
Because
Right.
that's still my brother and that's still
That's
my
it.
Hello.
That's it. That's it, sis.
because at
That's
the end
it.
of the day, all the colors and all the
Ain't
religion
nothing
and
to
all
do
that,
with it.
it ain't gonna
Come
matter.
on. It's
It ain't gonna
not.
matter
It ain't
because
never mattered to them.
it ain't
Right.
gonna matter. And then if people
It's not.
really get in tune and really go back and really do they research and really study, they will stop being so hateful towards people.
Yes.
Are you really upset with us
Yes.
because you know that we
Yes.
are the apple of his eye?
That's it. That's all. They're like, you mad? What you
But
mad
it's okay.
for?
It's okay because you did all this to us
Mhm.
because you thought you would be able to stop, but you can't
Yeah.
stop what
He finished.
you are.
You can't
You
stop
can't.
what he finished. He's completed it. Y'all still acting like he got some more work to do. No,
But
it's
see
finished.
what I think the problem is because we have the Bible
I
and
thought she was trying to win.
and they
Scripture.
they just see this book and they think that this book is all. But if we really my word that I read and here it tells me that I'm gonna do greater works. It say greater
Uh-huh.
works.
T, did he not say
So
greater? He said
Greater.
greater.
So that
Greater.
means that this
Greater
right
is
here,
he.
this is just a guideline. This is not
Teach,
the
sis.
book. This is not it. This is not the
Come on.
end of it.
It's not.
If
Come
you
on,
really
sis.
want to be real with it, if you really want to be real, we wouldn't be able to carry it around because so
Mhm.
much more has happened since he paid the
Yeah.
price for us.
Come
Since
on,
he
sis.
paid the
Hey.
price. That's
Come
what
on,
he did.
sis.
You know,
That's
he
what he
paid
did.
that price
Come
for us
on.
so that we
That's
Come
would
what
on.
be
he
able
did.
For the whosoever.
what we
For the
doing.
whosoever. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's what he did.
Yeah. No,
And
for
he
real. It's the
paid it.
truth.
he did.
It's the truth. And that is one of the most, major issues that we deal with, like you said, as a Black community. I even hate saying the word Black. It's like that we're not even Black. Our skin color is
That's
brown.
what I'm saying.
This
Like,
just ignorance. Like we just just as people of color, I guess
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is what we're dealing with.
That's what
Like
we
it's
are.
just a
The
mental
indigenous
illness.
people. The indigenous people.
For real.
Indigenous, yeah, we deal with mental health and not having to deal with it properly, not having people around us that encourage us to get help. They
Yes.
know we struggling, they struggling too, and then they need
Yes.
help, and They
They
don't
want us
encourage you
to
to
be
get help.
strong. They want us to be
Girl,
strong because that's
girl,
what they've told
Every
us.
day, every
Jesus.
They
minute
they
of
just
every
want you to be
hour.
strong.
Right.
They want you to call on the Lord, and they just want you. That's
Uh-huh.
all they want you
Right.
to.
Like
That's
he ain't got
But you
nothing
know
to
what?
that's
do. Like he ain't got
exactly
stuff to
what they
do.
want us to
He
do.
Girl.
he made y'all. He made all
Yep.
them doctors.
That's what
He
Uh-huh.
gave
that's
y'all
what they
all
Thank
those
want.
you.
skills. He
Thank
gave
you.
y'all all
Excuse
That's
the
me.
what they
knowledge.
want.
I'm
Y'all didn't get that on
interceding. I
y'all
don't
own.
have time to do what I've empowered you to do. If y'all gonna do greater things, then let me intercede. This is my job right here. Please stop calling me off the throne. Do greater. You can do greater than off the cross. You can do greater than that. Like, can you tap into it?
Hello?
Thank you.
What?
I'm over here, back on the throne.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Hello?
What are your suggestions to I would say even young people who have mental issues or mental concerns that they know they have? Like, what would you tell them to do? You know, like, because I think sometimes you get those young kids who their parents are like, all right, you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
sometimes I
sis.
think they know that they have the issues, or maybe another sibling knows that another sibling has a mental issue.
Yeah.
What
Man.
do you suggest them to do to try to help them or a friend or a sibling to get help, even if their parent or the adult doesn't know what to do?
Yeah.
So what I always try to teach the kids that I work with, I want my kids to know that they have a purpose and that they have a voice, that they do matter, and in
Mm-hmm.
spite of what people say, what goes on in the home stays in the home. No, if
Yeah.
someone violates you, if someone people and another thing, people need to stop doing these parents need to stop telling their kids, teaching their kids about their personal, they private parts. They need to teach them real names for their private parts and stop
Jesus.
telling them cookies and candies, and
Come
because
on,
sometimes when they
sis.
start hollering cookies and candy, people don't they thinking they talking about real cookies and
Real
candy,
cookies and
and then they
candy.
don't when and they really telling them that somebody bothering them, and they thinking they
Right.
no.
They
We need to
hungry.
we need to teach our kids and tell our kids
Yeah.
what it is. So
Yeah.
when
Yes,
they get
sis.
violated, when they see
Yes.
something going on, they're not afraid to tell somebody,
Yes,
because
sis.
that's what's
Yes.
happening. People
Yeah.
telling people that it's not okay to tell people this and okay to
Yeah.
tell everything. I
Tell
don't
She
it
said,
care.
all.
But
tell everything.
if
I'ma tell it
if
all.
Yeah.
if it puts you in a position to where you're not
Yeah.
comfortable,
Yep.
if you feel like you're violated, you
Mm-hmm.
need to speak
Mm-hmm.
up and you need to
That's
let
right.
somebody know. No,
That's
you should
right.
never feel less than a person, and you
Yes.
should never
Exactly.
Yes.
feel uncomfortable.
Yes,
No.
sis. Tell the truth.
To
Yes.
never feel
Oh
uncomfortable.
gosh.
To
Oh
never feel
gosh. Great
uncomfortable.
question.
Especially
Great
not no
question.
child. Not no
So, Moise, you
child.
got one? That was a great question.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I want to make
did.
sure everybody get theirs.
She answered my first one.
Mm-hmm. This one.
Okay.
She
I
answered
got it.
my first
I got it.
one.
This one mine. So this for me.
Okay.
So being a young African American young woman as myself, living in this world today, as in January 4th, 2021, which one of your books, because I looked on your, like, on Amazon too, and I saw all those books that you had, and I really saw just a lot of, like, just what basically what you were talking about. So I was just like, which one of your books would you recommend for me to read first? Because I'm a reader. I like to
Ooh,
read,
book
and
readers.
I like to get down.
Yes.
So most of my
Yes.
books are anthologies and devotionals. So they include other people. I truly believe in sharing other people's testimonies and other people's journeys, because
Yes.
my story may not reach everybody, and I feel like
Mhm.
if I'm going to write a book, I want it to be able to reach the masses. So if somebody pick up my book, I want them to be able to relate to something in that book. So it may not be my story; it may be somebody else's story. I recently did my last book was I am Women of Indefinable Worth. I'm owning my truth, and it was 20 of us, and we all shared one of our truths, something that
Mm.
we wanted people to know that they can recover from. I had a young lady that
Yeah.
she was a crack addict. She shared her journey.
Woo.
Another one was molested. She shared her journey. Another young lady, she was molested, gang raped.
My
She
Lord.
was kidnapped and left for dead on side of the road. These people share their journeys. They share their
What?
journey because they want people to be healed. We want people to know that there's healing after whatever you go through.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
that God he has a plan for you.
Yes.
You can renew, reset, and restore from wherever you are. That Jeremiah 29:11 is real. You know, he said he had a plan for you to prosper you, for you be in good health, for you to have hope in the future. And his word is not going to return to him void.
Right, right. Teach us.
It's not.
Teach
And I
us.
tell you, he's been dropping words in my spirit, even down to that book. I'm going to grab the book really quick so I can share.
Okay, sure. No problem. Go right ahead, girl. We ain't doing nothing. We right here.
Right.
So like he literally been dropping words in my spirit. Like I did a little journal book that has like 12 different words that he dropped. But for this book, it was truths. And he broke that word down to me. The T stands
come on, sis.
The T stands for tests, trials, and tribulations. The R stands for resilience, not willing to give up. The U stands for uniqueness, knowing who you are and knowing that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The T stands for transparency, your willingness to share openly, coming from under the layers of mask. The H stands for helping others heal through sharing of your testimony. And the N stands for servant of God for the kingdom building. And he dropped that in my spirit when I began to do this work. So I put it on the back cover, and then it just like over the last couple of months, he just been dropping, you know, different words in my spirit, like life, power, you know, words that we already know. But when he drop them in my spirit, he been dropping them in like with a spiritual definition. So people can know that, you know, this is you. Line this word up, you know, and you can go in the scripture and find yourself in the scripture and speak the scripture over your life, and you can line it up. See, when people can see action, they can see themselves, they can see that action word in them. Like, for example, power. When he broke that down to me, it means position, being positioned to overcome by being a willing vessel to empower others through your resilience.
Willing vessel.
Teaching. I thought, you know, that word life was very important, you know, because now we're practicing. We are all practitioners of deaf culture. Everything we do, we practice it. Like we'll practice sleeping all day. Like we're supposed to sleep when we dead. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll practice, you know, all we do is go to work, but our real purpose, what we're supposed to do, that goes without being done. That's death. You know what I'm saying?
That
to
word,
not do
like literally, like literally, just like you were just saying that, like literally, when you got that word in my spirit, he literally said to me, "Are you gonna continue to allow life to happen around you?"
My Lord, come on, sis.
Exactly.
Come on, sis. That's the truth.
Are you gonna live, or are you just gonna exist?
Listen, teach.
I had to go back, and I had to really evaluate myself and realize. You know, because I found myself not living life because where I thought I had the fear of God. No, I didn't have the fear of God.
Come on, teach. Come on, sis.
I was walking in error because I still had hate for people. I still had I still had things going on with me. I still had bitterness. Still had stuff going on.
He ain't having it. He ain't having it.
I was saying I had the fear of God. I was walking in error. I thought I had the fear of God, but I didn't really have the fear of God because I wasn't walking in love. Because the first one of the greatest commandments say, "Love thy neighbor as I love thyself."
That's it.
How can I say I was loving myself if I wasn't loving my neighbor?
My Lord, sis.
It say love thy neighbor as I love myself. If I ain't loving my neighbor.
Come on.
You lying to yourself if you telling
and you ain't loving God. You're not loving God either.
You definitely ain't.
You ain't loving God because you walking around thinking, oh, I can just love God and that's it. But he said, you got to love my people. And if you don't love my people, then you don't love me. So you're right. I mean, it's so many of us walking around in error, like you said, and we thinking that we gonna go to hell off, some carnal stuff like smoking, drinking, and fornicating. Now, nigga, that ain't it. You're gonna go off of not obeying the law of love, and you hating people, and you're not forgiving and restoring people, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Exactly what it's
you ain't
about.
tripping. When I say don't sleep around, that's just for your health, sis. I'm telling you that for your personal health. Other than that, that's on you, baby. For real. How you damage, you mess up your own car is on you. However, I'm gonna still need you to love when you get to that destination.
Exactly.
Hello?
And if you don't, that's what me and you gonna have a problem.
That's what we have.
That's what me and you gonna have a problem.
I mean, hello.
Come on, sis.
That's good.
Hello.
That's good. For real.
Yeah.
Wow, sis.
So we all need to we all need to go and get some of your books.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are your books at? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Miss K. Miss K. Tony, go ahead.
So there, we definitely need to. So please tell us how we get.
How we get it? Yeah.
They're all on Amazon, but I love for people to order them from me. But if you want to go to Amazon, you can go to Amazon. You can look me up, Angela Thomas Smith. I'm listed on Angela Thomas Smith. And I think all 19 of them are there.
Oh, nice. 19. That's amazing, sis. Okay. That's amazing.
Wow. Hey, I want to, and I don't know if this is something that you know about. Headway. Have you heard of Headway?
I haven't.
So maybe you can try and get your books on here. I actually just downloaded the app. It is because for me, I love to read, but I don't always have a lot of time. So this app, I just literally downloaded it yesterday. It's called Headway, and it gives snippets of books. And it can it's like an Audible where you can hear it or you can read it, but it gives, like, it'll take one of your books, for example, and it'll snip it into 10 minutes. And it'll say chapter 1, here is a synopsis of what the best parts of the books is. So maybe you can get your books on it.
That's
just
cool.
put something out there where more people can hear about your books or hear pieces of it. It may make people want to buy the book as well.
I love that. I love that.
So like I put it to a point where I'm like, okay, it's morning time. They ask you like, what type of books do you like? Do you like empowerment? Are you a female? Are you a male? What's your age bracket? And they also give you lists of books as suggestions.
Okay.
Right. And so I can say, okay, I'm gonna read. My goal is to read at least 20 minutes a day. So they'll give you books and they'll put it into 20-minute formats for you. And I think it's like
that is
it's about $7 a month. So if you really like to read but you don't have the time, it gives you, and then you can hear all about all these different books, and then you can decide if you want to buy them and invest more time into the book.
Gotcha.
The Black people probably, everybody, how they have it for certain people sometimes. So get your books on them.
I used to love reading.
I'm gonna check it out, and thank you for sharing
your
it.
phone?
Yeah, I did. Like when I was in like 6th and 7th grade. Like being on I used to just read. I used to be up like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Wow.
And my grandma used to be the type that would check on us and stuff. I used to have to hide because I'm reading. And she think I'm being fast or something, but I'm really reading.
She's really reading.
It's real. I just can't put it down. It's on my phone. Yeah. It's like the light is.
I actually like the physical book. I like the hand, like, what I'm saying? I love that whole Live Walk With Me thing. Like it feels, it's a difference,
I do like
You're
that.
You're part of it.
I do.
Sometimes when your lights it up, you be like, "Oh, I'm gonna read this book," and then I get like 2 chapters of it, and then I put it down. So for someone like me, I can still get that information I need. I can get snippets. So your book seemed like something I want to listen to. So it would be possible. And just for other people who want to read and don't have it, now you have another way to stream your revenue. Get your books right.
Right.
I think I'd give you that tidbit.
Yeah, thank you. That sounds like, and other people that are watching too probably needed it. Yeah, that's something to have. Well, any final thoughts, Miss Angela, before we get out of here? Anything that you would like anybody to know about you, about where they can reach you for further information, etc., etc.?
I'm all over the place. I'm on I am really all over the place. I'm on Sador Radio on Sundays from 8 to 10. I'm on every Sunday from 8 to 10. And you can download the app. It's a syndicated show that's out of Philadelphia. You can download the app from Google or Apple Play, and it's called Sador Radio. Also on a show on ONN Network. It's over on Blog Talk. You can search Ngozi Time. I'm on every 4 weeks on Wednesday at 9:30. I think I'm on January the 13th is my next show.
Okay.
I actually have 3.5 million people that tune into my show.
Wow, wow.
So I'm excited about that because I've only been on the network since April.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That is dope.
So you can of course find me on
Yes.
Instagram and on Facebook. Queen of Collaboration is my tag.
Queen of collaboration.
Okay.
That's what's up.
But
That's what's
me.
up, sis. We thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to us and just dropping the gems on
Yeah. Speaking of truth.
just making sure, like,
yes.
I think if anything is just listening to other people's stories, learning examples, keeping your mental health right. I keep pushing the mental health because that's just really, I'm really passionate about that. Like, I'm glad that you talk about it because we just don't talk about it enough. So thank you for having it. Everybody continue to have self-care. Continue to work with yourself and seek help. Don't be afraid to ask those questions or find a way to get help. So I believe that. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you so much, Miss Angie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God, that was amazing. I love the information. Like you said, like I didn't even know you were into mental health though, Miss K. Tony. Is that like a part of?
It's not even that I'm into it. It's just that my husband's family had dealt with a lot of mental.
I feel you, Mr. K.
Personal things that have happened recently that let me understand that it wasn't a big thing for me at first. I didn't realize how important it is until probably just this last 7 to 8 months. If you want me to be honest. That have happened. Like, man, if we had that help, or if people had that information, some things could be different. It started me to kind of understand more that, like, people really don't know what to do or don't know the severity of mental health. And not until you experience it do you really see it. So I'm one of those that, like, now that I've experienced it or I've seen my husband's family have to experience that thing, it's just like, man, like, this is really important. Like, I want to learn more about it. You know, I don't know a lot. That's why I kind of ask, like, every time somebody starts talking about, well, what would you tell somebody? You know, like, so that if I do come into contact with a student that I see having these issues, I can kind of give them a little more information. Because I don't know a lot. Same thing when we had our guest on last week, Kimuel. Just talking to him, like that's why I asked those questions, because I want to know more, because I was going to help, because I didn't, especially Black people, like, and
especially
like, these communities, like, they don't know what to do or know what to say or know how important it is or how the consequence can change. Like, it's crazy that we don't know enough about it. And by me working in a school, I don't feel like even staff and teachers know enough of how to help outside of health counselor. But, like, sometimes we all need to know, where should we go? Who should we send someone? What are some things that are triggers that it's like, oh, well, maybe I should give this information. Maybe I should push a little harder. You know, it's one of those uncomfortable conversations that people never want to talk about.
It's uncomfortable, but like it helps. It's really good to get the information young and low about it young, especially us people of color, because anything, like, because we're subjective to, like, triggers and trauma, but, like, anything, like, it could happen, something could happen to you when you were young and it not trigger you until 20 years later, and it just happens. Like, it happens that fast, and it's like, now we're all just like, oh my God, like, this hasn't happened, and, like, you're the first, and and it's like, no, it's very common. It's very common. It's really common in adults, like 40 plus.
Yes,
you're not gonna act like. Yes, it's real.
Come on, well, welcome back, girl. Welcome back. Jesus.
And Brandy Norwood did a whole album on it. Bipolar B7. That was her whole album. It was about.
I didn't know that.
Yes, listen to the album. Beautiful album. Beautiful.
Wow. Interesting. You know what? Even with Mr. Kamel, like, I need to talk to him, because maybe that could be another portion that we add to, our show, which is, that mental health piece, because you're right. And everybody that's doing the research, they're coming down to the same results. This mental health as one of the issues that is needed. So maybe
and I
we
don't
need
know.
to
Like
make
I said, I
sure
don't
we
know.
have it on
I
here.
can't sit and talk about it because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when I say I'm into it, I want to know more. You know, like, and I guess that's my.
Yeah.
So whenever I can find somebody who have a little bit, I'm like, so tell me. You know, like I'm like looking like what else could I do, and like could that be something I can use on my, you know, like as I'm branching out and figuring out things on my nonprofit to help youth. That's a big piece. You know, like college and career is one thing, but like sometimes it's a barrier to college and career because you're not mentally right. You know, like so
it is.
Yes.
Right.
I want to be able to help on a
You're dealing with those childhood
whole
adversities.
holistic level. You know, like so I need to know lots of things. So I want to know more about how we can
and the thing about it is if it's something you want to know, it got to be something they should know. So you're like, and not just at your age or my age, at their age. This is stuff they should have been taught. And, you know, I was having a conversation with a young lady and I'm just like, I'm 38. I'm just now getting this information and getting the truth of the things that we should have known growing up. And so as a result, now we're teaching you so that when you have children, now you can teach your children and nip it in the butt. They don't have to go through the withdrawals of the world.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're trying to shape. We're trying to shape these habits that we should have never been told.
Guess what? Because it goes so far back. So like I realized that because like I say, it's just a lot of things like, and then even in my own family. So I don't know either side of my mother's family or my father's family outside of the immediate, like their sisters and brothers. But like I've been on this heavy look. Like I just did my DNA on Ancestry.com because I'm trying to find like my family. But when you start to ask your people questions, it's like, oh, well, we just stopped talking, or you know, like my father's father had 4 sisters. I don't know nothing about them. My father barely know like they names for me to like, find this stuff. So I'm just like, people just wasn't talking. You know, like,
no, for real.
Like, you know, because my grandfather passed when I was young, and then I didn't even know for a long time that the grandmother that I had for a long time wasn't really my grandmother. That was like, she was like a step grandmother. But I mean, that was the grandmother I know, so she's still my grandmother in my eyes. You know what I mean? But that's still a family. It's still hereditary information or family members that I would love to see pictures of and want to know information about. But it's like, well, she came into play and she was the mother now, and it was like nobody asked about where's my real mother. Where's her family?
Wow.
And it's like, and me and my father kind of like argued back and forth. But he was like, well, I mean, I don't know. And I'm just like, how you don't know? Like,
what was y'all doing?
It's like, how you don't know? But it's like back then, you didn't ask. If they said, don't worry about it, you didn't worry about it.
Right,
you know, like, so, and that goes into, I feel like that's a mental thing too. Is it like, why do you think that that's okay?
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally have no information on neither one of my sides. My mother's mother passed away early, and my mother's father passed away. It was like after that, it was just like, nobody tried to call us, and it's just like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, of course,
y'all just
we're in a technology atmosphere, so it's crazy, but it's not because back then you couldn't just pick up you couldn't look on the internet and get on Facebook and find people.
Right.
If they was gone and they ain't have a house phone, you just never could talk to them.
It's a wrap. And then of course they went from south to the north, and so now you're moving out of states. You know what I'm saying? They barely had cars. So I totally get it like that too. But dang, you don't know nobody's name.
Why? But why don't you know?
Right.
So I'm on a whole quest to find my family on all sides.
That's
like mental health, like what did they pass from at an early age? You know, like is this things I need to work on myself? Like is it things I should be getting checked? Those are things that I want to know. Or was there any issues so that I know when I'm raising my children that I'm doing things the right way? So, I mean, I just think it's so many things.
Absolutely. And that is so key. You know, before we get out of here, that is so key because our job right now is to assure that at least 4 generations down are infected and affected. And so what we need to teach is, again, be consistent. Teach his character, teach his law. Don't teach, okay, do what I'm telling you to do, but when you become an adult, you could do something different. No, teach and then also model what it is we're supposed to do so that these children don't have to go through all this stuff that we should not have had to go through. And like you saying, I think Miss Angela was saying like the different things of, what go in my house, stay in my house. Well, I won't out your house because I'm telling, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, like I won't out. Like, and it's like people, like you said, people don't talk about the real things that children go through, as if children aren't people. They just looking at the bodies like they're just bodies, yet there's a house there. That's just a house. It's a soul in there. You know, and one thing Miss Shannon is saying, unresolved trauma changes the chemical makeup in your brain, affecting the ability to remember past memories and retain new information. And she's not lying. Just my own personal childhood adversities. I don't really remember my childhood. I think I purposely blocked it out. I maybe, I don't know. And guess what? I feel like at one point I didn't care. Today I do. Some things I want to remember, but I believe that just with these unresolved things that were left unresolved. Now I see, you know, as God is showing me, I see that, I kind of cut off a bit of my memory because again, you as a child, all you trying to do is make believe that this is not happening. This can't be real. This is like you get your best games because it's like you're trying to block out what's. Come on, sis. Come on. It's the truth, you know? It's the truth. So mental health, we need to make sure it's on our Rock Youth platform at all times because it's just, and I watch how we all, you know, were reconnected. So that's why I added the Voice for Lizelle piece, which is, that's our parenting curriculum we'll do. We'll make sure we'll do something with, and I'll put this on you, Miss K. Tony, flipping between whether it's going to be career readiness or we're talking about mental health or we're talking about both. You know what I'm saying? For your particular week. And then we can do something with crisis intervention. It seems as if it hits on all targets as well as the finances. So if it's something that's finances, this is something we can always discuss. But we can make sure we are hitting on these issues because they need it and they need to know the truth of it. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, stop lying to your children. Stop. If somebody else tells somebody else that they got Santa Claus got them gifts, I'm gonna hit you. Stop lying to your children. Just tell them you got them because you said
my kids
made
cookies for Santa Claus.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. Just you tell them you
and
ate
I was
them.
down there eating the blank.
You see? But it's like, you know, but for real, we gotta get there. She's at the Cookie Master. We gotta get there. We do. You know, it's just important for them to have the chance that I feel like we should have had in truth. In truth. Like that's how, man, y'all could have told us the truth, fam.
Yes, some kids
y'all could have told us.
And hating their parents.
Yes, I'm serious. They are.
And like resenting their parents because I was owed the truth. Like,
come on, that's how I felt.
You didn't, have the right. Everybody always talk about rights this, rights that. The parents that have the rights to do that because at the end of the day, their child is a human being. This human being, this is your child, but they have to grow up. Like, their life is not yours. Their life is not your life.
No, the truth. That's the truth. Their life isn't. Your life isn't. Girl, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother conversation. Just around how things that happen in your childhood make you who you are. You know, like people don't understand. Like, and sometimes I have to tell myself. I have times. Sometimes I yell at my son, and I'm like, "Let me. You know what? I'm sorry, son. You know, like it's even sometimes you just it's a certain way you do things. Like, because you can be as an adult. You go through things. It's like because you have a kid, don't mean you just go not have attitude one day, or you know, like but it's about going back and at least having that conversation. You know, like because we're all only human. You know, like so. Sometimes I'll have to call back and like, okay, my bad. Or
me too.
If I yelled and I was wrong on something, I'd be like, you know what, I was wrong. You was right.
Me too.
I'll let you know you was right.
Too.
You know, like it's just certain like I think back to as a child that maybe I didn't like that my parents did. I tried not to do it, but I got to figure out my fine line because it is a respect.
It is a respect.
Is this what it is? You know, like
that's it.
But there are some things that you can kind of, because I see that I personally, I know we got to go soon, but I personally feel like that some of the kids who are age now where their attitude is so bad is because their parents went from, well, my parents did this to me, so I'm gonna just let you do whatever. But you can't do it whatever. You got to find a medium. You can't just be like, well, I'm gonna be their friend. You can't be their friend with your kids.
You can't be their friend.
You can't have a respect level with your kids. I can kind of, have that line.
Right.
But I feel like that's what happened is that with the kids that like I dealt with in the high school, it's just like y'all disrespectful because they think that they are an adult. You have to respect your mama. It'll be like, well, okay, you can't. You got to give respect to give respect. Hold on, I'm an adult. First of all, it's automatic.
That's the respect. Exactly. That's the respect.
That's it right there.
And so like it's like that just got skipped with the generation. Like how to treat people, you have the respect. You got to at least have that.
It totally got skipped in the whole generation, the respect level. And
I
it's
ain't
like,
doing mine.
dude,
My kids go
me
no
either.
respect.
Me either.
And I just feel like you got to find, but you have to find it where you can't go straight beat the kids down. Like,
I mean,
but you got to have that level of, if I go whoop you going to know why. And it's not going to just be because I was mad. It was a reason that things have happened. But again, everybody got to find that way. But I just feel like it's man, stuff you do to you can't tell your kids, call your kids stupid all the time. They're going to feel like they're stupid when they get up.
They stupid, yes.
And they'll be like, my mother used to do this to me, and that's why I'm like this. It's so important.
Yes, sis. You talking like I'm sick. Like people not understanding. We gotta nip this in the bud because we are damaging the generations to come. And you think that just stops with them? No, it doesn't. They end up either repeating the cycle or, like you said, doing the opposite reverse, and they don't have the balance with it. So they just like, nah, me and her this is my bestie. We kick the balls. That ain't your bestie, girl. We ain't friends. We're not friends. I don't even care if you pay a bill as long as you in my house. We ain't friends. You got to be my friend out of here. You bring yourself on out of here.
Guess what? We can be besties and friends when you leave my house and you pay your own bills.
That's it.
But when I'm raising you, we ain't friends like that.
That's right. And when I'm correcting you too, I still expect adherence. It ain't say no timetable in my Bible to stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't make me still have to. You're gonna be the one that I still get whoopings at 20.
Bond all the way until I'm gone.
right. All the way. I'm never off duty. And that's another thing. I know we gotta go. It's another thing, but that's true. We're caught up in what society does with their children, talking about, you 18, you got to get out of here. Yet you're not prepared. They're not prepared to leave. No. I'm sorry. Caucasian people do not do that to their children. They allow their children to be in their homes, yo. And that's what we got to get, man. We got to make sure our children are prepared. To even, girl, they be in there 33,
they be 42. In there and their mamas be waking them up with fruit bowls and mimosas.
Girl, and cookies.
And we gonna go to the country club today.
Right.
What you want to do?
Hello. But we kick ours out. We kick ours out. No, we got to make sure. She's so silly. I do too. We got to make sure that we are for real giving our children a chance and educating them in truth and bringing them up properly. Like we got to. So that's what the Rock Youth. I want us to focus on that, man.
Their kids out, they don't even know how to drive.
They don't know how to drive.
They never had a bank account. And they got a job.
They don't even know how to make noodles.
They don't even know how to make noodles. And y'all kicking them out. It's 18, man. That's a movie. Don't do that.
You babied them to their 18. Now you're expecting them to know.
You know what? My sister needed to watch this today because this is we need to get off of here. And on that note, we need to get off.
Okay, so go ahead, take us on out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Y'all know what we do. Rock Truth. Be you.
You know what we do. You know what we do.
You know what we do. Do you know right?
We laugh. We true. Be you. Rock Truth.
Rock Truth.
Y'all know how we do.
Oh my God.